Talk a bit about a battle in isolation, but the Battle of Isandlwana was fought on the 22nd of January 1879. It was fought 11 miles off to the northeast of us at Isandlwana, and there a British force of 1,774 men has just been wiped out by 25,000 Zulu warriors. Now, please don't let the numerical discrepancies get you too worked up. A rifle is a wonderful force multiplier. They had enough firepower in their hands in that camp to kill every single one of the Zulus involved in that fight inside of 2 minutes. That's the weight of fire they could lay down. The key to the Zulu success, of course, was their tactic known as the horns of the buffalo. 2 flanking horns to preclude the enemy escaping. They enveloped that British camp, and in under 2 hours, 55 European men were left breathing. 70 Basotho horsemen escaped with their lives. Everybody else was killed. Now, the important part, and the reason we bring that up, is the right horn of the Zulu army, 4,500 men strong. They never got involved in the thick of the fighting out there. They merely fought this massive flanking action. And while some of them would harry the fugitives all the way down to a spot on the banks of the Buffalo River that would forever afterwards bear the name, the Fugitive Drift, the vast majority of those warriors saw little to no action. They were critically aware of the field day that their cousins and brothers in the left horn and the head and the chest were having, that all of those men were going back to the rituals that followed the washing of the spears, that young warriors were expected to bathe their assegais in their spears in the blood of an enemy before being allowed the privilege of marriage, a fine and noble tradition which I look forward to resuscitating when I rise to power. When, and not if. But these warriors, they put pressure on their commander. The commander of their brigade was a man by the name of Prince Dabulamanzi Kampande Kazulu, the king's half-brother, that they be allowed to follow up on this great victory at Isandlwana and attack the British here at Rorke's Drift. The difficulty for the prince, of course, was that his elder half-brother, the Zulu king, Cetshwayo, had issued express instructions that his warriors were not to cross the border into British Natal. The border is 1,100 yards away to your north, the Buffalo River. The prince, being a prince, thought that he could placate his elder half-brother. He's given his permission to his warriors to start fording that mighty river, and they are busy doing so 3 miles downstream of us at a place the Zulus call KwaMasondo. And the little garrison that was left behind here at Rorke's Drift, firstly, they have no appreciation of the disaster that has befallen their comrades at Isandlwana, nor do they have any understanding or appreciation of the storm brewing on the other side of that mountain that is due to hit them. The Battle of Isandlwana was over by 10 minutes past 1. News would only reach here at 3:30 p.m. that same afternoon. Are you all happy with the little timeline we've set for you? Right, now the garrison that was left behind here numbered 450 officers, NCOs, and soldiers. Now, these men were broken down into various units attached to various buildings and, of course, further into subcategories. And we'll first start off with the hospital. That was the home of Otto Witt, the missionary. Now, the missionary and his family were booted out of here before this battle kicked off and didn't participate in the battle. You've all watched the film Zulu, I'm guessing. Fantastic. Hey? For those of you who haven't, there's going to be a penalty tonight. We'll think of it, I'm sure, as we go along. But this building here is not the original building. This building was, the hospital was destroyed by the Zulus by fire during the course of the battle. It was rebuilt in October of 1879, pretty much on the same foundation stones and according to the same design. So what you are looking at is effectively a scale 1-to-1 replica of the original building. The differences are as follows. Thatch roof, not a corrugated iron roof. Secondly, there was only one glass window in this building, and we'll point that out to you when we get there in our little story. So wall these windows up on the northern wall here. There where that light bulb is sticking out of the white clapboard, please paint onto the wall there a 4-foot square hole. The hole is 8 feet above the ground. There is a ladder leading up the interior. It is through this hole that these people would load and offload the big heavy wagons directly into the building. Inside the building, the interior walls are made from unfired mud or clay brick, and those walls go right the way up to the thatch. There is no ceiling. Those little rooms that you walk through, you would not have been able to do that in the original building, for the simple fact that all those rooms communicate exclusively with the exterior. This is for 2 reasons. Firstly, the missionary was expected to pass on a fair degree of charity to passing people. Didn't really want to give these people access to your house, so you could give them a room that preserved their privacy and the privacy of your family. And of course, every room had to have access to the amenities in the shape of an outhouse or long drop, and of course the water cart, which are by definition outside.